Hey guys, it's Dan here with Coinserverus, this YouTube channel, just sharing my cryptocurrency journey with anyone that watches the video. As I mentioned before, I have another YouTube channel where I talk about music marketing, but this channel was just going to be all about my cryptocurrency journey. I've kind of really wanted to kind of do this now for a while, and I just kind of said I'll just sit down and just kind of pull some videos together just to see what maybe some kind of ideas I can chuck out there for someone that's kind of starting off as well. In the last video, I did say that I will kind of give you my tips in the mistakes that I did when I first invested in cryptocurrencies. And one of the bigger things that I did, mistakes that I made, was that I didn't really understand the kind of software or the kind of sites that I did. I kind of learned all about the kind of cryptocurrencies. I spent a lot of time learning about the specific crypto coins or the crypto tokens, and not enough time learning about how to use the platforms that I'm on, that are on, or even the wallets. You can probably see the IOTA wallet, the Exodus wallet, and the Dalius wallet. The Dalius is for Cardano, the Exodus wallet holds a bunch of different coins, and the IOTA is the actual IOTA wallet. And this kind of video is just about kind of some of the mistakes or some things that I wish someone had told me basically before I'd invested in cryptocurrencies. I might make a couple of series of this kind of thing because I kind of learned more as I went along, and I got a bit more confident about it. So the first thing about cryptocurrencies as well, what I would suggest for someone to do if you do get in, you should use Coinbase. It's one of the easier sites to get on, and you can get on Coinbase and then kind of just test the water. The problem with Coinbase is fees. And when I first kind of went back and forth with my Bitcoin to my Exodus wallet from Coinbase, I was charged left, right, and center from fees, and maybe sending Bitcoin back to Coinbase or Coinbase from Coinbase to Exodus wallets, or even to exchanges as well. And it was something I just didn't know you could. There were ways to avoid it, and I just wish someone had told me, because like sending from Coinbase directly to your Exodus wallet, especially with Bitcoin, because of how busy the blockchain is at the moment. I wish someone had told me that maybe Bitcoin probably wasn't the best thing to kind of test the water with, because I think I was just afraid. I didn't really understand. Maybe I had just learned about 5 or 6 different coins, and I didn't really want to risk anything. I knew Bitcoin was on the move, and I knew if I just held out, I would kind of maybe make a little bit so I could invest a little bit more, or Ethereum, or Litecoin. But I first started off with just Bitcoin, and I quickly learned that I'm losing a fortune going back and forth with fees from Coinbase to other ones. And I'm not slagging off Coinbase or anything like that. I'm not saying anything bad. They charge their fees, and that's fair enough. And the same with the Exodus wallet, and some of these kind of exchanges do as well. But later on, I kind of figured out a little bit of a way around kind of getting very high fees. Anyway, you're always going to get some fees, but I found a little hack around, and this is using gdax. So basically, once you've signed into Coinbase, you automatically get a gdax account, and basically you can send your Bitcoin to gdax with no fees, and that's really one of the best things about it. And then from gdax, then you can send them to your wallet and to your other exchanges. That's what I usually do now. If I go on Coinbase and I purchase some kind of Bitcoin or anything like that, or if I transfer gdax, I would transfer Litecoin or Ethereum or that to gdax, and then I would transfer them to Bitfinex or Bittrex or Binance to trade and find other coins that are not on gdax. gdax only has Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and it has Bitcoin Cash as well. But what I quickly learned anyway was when I went on with Bitcoin, I knew that I'm going to get burned with fees, and I just said like, well, this is just going to be, if I go on and spend all trying to flip Bitcoin to make a little bit back so I can invest in something else, I'm going to lose it all on fees. So I eventually figured out that Litecoin had a really good, quicker transaction. That was another thing as well. Litecoin really transferred quicker to an Exodus wallet or to an exchange a lot quicker. Same with Ethereum. Ethereum did kind of slow down then a little bit later, or maybe it was kind of with certain exchanges. I know that Bitfinex was a lot slower there just around Christmas. And so my plan with Ethereum kind of went downhill then, but I started to use Litecoin, and lucky enough, I remember if you've listened to my last video, I kind of got in on Litecoin just before it kind of just took off there in December, and I kind of made a little bit so I could invest in other coins, and I was just a little bit lucky, if I have to be honest. And the reason why I was lucky is because I'd made mistakes with Bitcoin, and I'd kind of learned something. So technically, yeah, you do learn your lesson. And luckily enough, by learning a lesson and using Litecoin to transfer, just so I could buy other coins on other exchanges. Because the thing is, when you sign up with certain exchanges, they'll only accept Bitcoin for certain coins. So let's say certain coins, they're like IOTA, Bitfinex, on Bitfinex, yes. They only take like Ethereum or Bitcoin, and that would so I needed Bitcoin or Ethereum to purchase IOTA. And you will find that with certain exchanges, they will only exchange certain cryptocurrencies, and certain exchanges will only accept cryptocurrencies in the first place. So you can't actually put cash in there. You have to go through something like Coinbase to get the cash into the world, into the matrix, as some people are calling it now, and then to kind of bring it back to basically purchase the coins that you want. And this is another kind of thing that I noticed as well. It's very easy to get money into these things. Like you can, like, for all the kind of hype about fast transaction fees, every coin out there says, oh, well, we can do this fast transactions. And the truth is, Bitcoin said that at the start as well. If you go back to those documentaries that I mentioned in the last video, a lot of the pros with Bitcoin were its fast transactions, that banking is too slow. And it's kind of funny that when we kind of think of it, like I'm kind of putting my leg on the clutch a little bit with my kind of investing as well. I'm kind of being very cautious about what I do. But I am excited about it, the cryptocurrency world. I really am. I'm fully invested in it, but I'm still very cautious about it. It's very easy to kind of just lose everything as well, and I'm well aware of that. So if you're watching this video, never put more than you can afford to lose in. I would suggest that someone would try and invest maybe $50 or $100 just to test the water with, and no more than that. Because if anything lower than that, you would get kind of burned with fees. But if you kind of try and do it my way by trying using gdax, but then again, if you look at it now, gdax, you can say minor service outage. This happened to me the other day. I was trying to buy some more Ripple. and when I went to gdax, it just took too long. It took ages, but then again, I had no other choice. It was either that or pay the fees with Bitcoin, or but even I think I even transferred it with Ethereum. I think, I'm not sure if it was, or a Litecoin. I did one of them anyway. I think it must have been Ethereum this time, because I think I had some Ethereum left in here. See, that's the thing with the the trading platforms as well, is that sometimes when you buy on certain currencies as well, you might buy maybe on the peak, and then you have some kind of coins left, and then they're kind of stuck in the like I'm talking like $5 or $6 or something like that. But still, you don't want to leave cash behind. So I said, like, well, I still have like $6 in here. So I think I bought some Ethereum on here and then transferred it to gdax, and took all my Ethereum and then put it into Bittrex. That's the other one, Bittrex. 1 second. Bittrex is the other exchange. 1 second now. Bittrex is the other exchange. So I transferred from Coinbase to gdax, because gdax is owned by Coinbase. That's why there's no fees in there involved. You will get initial fees if you purchase, or a small transaction fee to get cryptocurrency on Coinbase, but you can't seem to avoid that. There's always going to be a little bit of a transaction fee for certain kind of currencies. They say it's not going to happen with some coins, but I can't see that being a possibility. I think there's always going to be some kind of transaction fees, because they said that again with Bitcoin at the start, that there would be no fees. And now if you transfer Bitcoin from Coinbase to Exodus, there's fees, and it's not from the actual cryptocurrency's fault. It's because we're kind of beholden to all the Coinbase, or all the kind of exchanges. We still use all these tools, so I'm not really worried about all these cryptocurrencies. A lot of the time I'm worried about the exchanges. You never know what could happen with them, and I learned that the hard way in December. Maybe I kind of got away with it a little bit because I'm in the UK, so I can still have an account here, but apparently now you're not able to get an account now if you're in the States for Bitfinex. And the only reason I'm on here anyway was because it was I really wanted to buy IOTA, and at that time it was just the tutorials that I learned how to buy IOTA at that time. That's the time where I told you I got in way too late. I think I bought like 40 or 50 coins. That's how much I have with IOTA, and I still will invest in IOTA, but not heavily compared to Cardano or some of the other coins that are much more affordable for me. I do still think IOTA is such a long-term investment. Maybe I'll kind of pick away at it, and I'll keep putting some kind of investment into IOTA, because I do believe in the technology. So that's the only reason I was on Bitfinex. But what I did learn about this is that it has very high withdrawal fees, or not fees, but very high withdrawal limits. Like I said before, it's so easy to get your money into these kind of exchanges. I can't believe people whinge and moan about money and saying that, oh, money's too slow and all that. And it is. Like, if I had to send money to my brother who's actually in Ireland, it would take at least a day. Or if I had to send money to someone in America or Spain, or any other kind of bank that's not in the UK, it would take a little bit of time, and that's fair enough. That's true. But you can get your money pretty quickly into these exchanges, and you can get them and it can be pretty complicated to figure out how to get it back out. The way I do it now is just through Coinbase, just coming back out through Coinbase again. But I did have to wait a while for my bank account to be verified, which I thought was pretty crazy. I can do all the kind of verification pretty quickly to get my money in, but it takes 5 or 6 days to get my money back out. So these are the kind of things that I always worried about. Like when I put some money in, I kind of put a lot in first, and I wish someone had told me not to do that. I wish I kind of just did it with some small money first. I kind of jumped the gun. I got a bit excited by what was going on with crypto, and I kind of just jumped the gun, and I kind of freaked out pretty quickly when I noticed that it was really bloody hard to get your money back out. And I noticed that as well when I was on Bitfinex as well, when I had a lot of Litecoin, Bitcoin, and IOTA on here, and Ethereum as well. I think I sold some of them for Ripple on here, but I remember seeing that I actually had to add more to get more out, and that was a bit of a kind of a red flag for me, and I kind of freaked out when I saw that. So these are some of the kind of things that I wish someone had told me before I'd invested in cryptocurrencies. I don't believe a lot of these are actually the fault of the cryptocurrencies. I think we're beholden to the wallets and the exchanges. So just kind of think of that beforehand. So if you're going to Coinbase, maybe try and use the kind of gdax method to kind of get through without getting fees, or try and use other coins like Litecoin or Ethereum to trade other cryptocurrencies, so you can kind of avoid those fees. I hope these tutorials can help you. I'll kind of try and make better tutorials later on as the channel progresses. Okay guys, this is Dan from Coin Cerberus, and we'll chat to you in the next video guys. Take care.